Let's start this video off with a little bit of good news. Aaron Judge is not going to need surgery this offseason. That is a huge relief. Aaron Boone, Brian Cashman holding their press conference today, and what Aaron Boone said about playing Anthony Volpe despite knowing now that he needed surgery, would he have changed anything? And here's his answer. I'm going to add in some other stuff too, like his response to Giancarlo Stanton this offseason. But one of the funniest things he said was, he doesn't think the injury affected Anthony Volpe's play, but now that it's getting healed, he hopes that it will improve Anthony Volpe's performance. Which one is it, Boone? I can't. It really is funny.
Procedures specifically, Aaron Judge with the elbow.
Judgy is not. He actually had an MRI after the season, showed continued improvement in the flexor muscles. So, and he finished the season doing pretty well. So no surgery is going to be needed for Aaron. He'll take some time off and continue to, do strengthening things and rehab and stuff. But felt like he finished the season in a pretty good place as we saw continued improvements with him. As far as other procedures, Carlos Rodon had a scope of the elbow yesterday to get some loose bodies, and I think they shaved down a bone spur. So he'll go into an 8-week of no throw, which probably when you build in all the ramp up and the throwing program into getting him ready to be a starting pitcher, probably delays him potentially a couple weeks to start the season. But everything went well yesterday. He had the surgery out in LA with alterations. And so for now, he's 8 weeks no throw, and then he'll start his ramping up in the middle of December, his throwing program.
Now knowing how serious Volpe's injury was, do you have any second guessing of playing him as often as you did?
No.
And why? Because his production obviously was limited offensively and defensively. After the trade deadline, you had a replacement available on the bench. So why wouldn't you have gone to him knowing just what he was going through?
Yeah, I mean, even going into this winter, like, surgery wasn't a certainty. It was do we do this surgery? And really what it comes down to is we have this time now, and Anthony ultimately deciding, like, because there's things that he does to it over the course of the year that aggravate it, right? I think for the overwhelming majority of the year, it was not affecting his play. There were things like he would dive on it a certain way, tick it off, aggravate it. I think in some ways the injury probably got a little bit worse towards the end of the year based on a couple of episodes that happened, but I don't think it was impacting performance. And this is something that, you can play with and play through, but the finality of getting it fixed now hopefully frees him up to, like, really go dive on it the way he's going to dive on it and make those next level of plays that Anthony makes. And then hopefully, because you're fixing something that is, hurt on the body, that hopefully, it does help performance too, like go to another level.
I understand what he's trying to say, but I don't think it came off very good. It didn't affect his performance, but hopefully with it all healed up and better, his performance will go to the next level. I mean, we're going to be going into his 4th Major League season now, and his numbers were basically the same year 1, year 2, year 3, except his defense was a lot worse this season. Anyways, this is Darren with Grunt Baseball, and I will talk to you guys later. Hopefully we'll get some good Yankee news this offseason.